Turn up the AC hot takes. You know what it is. It's your boy Fiddles Jr. Vargas Dynasty going up. Don't act like you don't know. We're the only three brothers that really running shit in the boxing game. You know?
Back on your question before this, no matter what, I'm gonna have to fight Devin Haney. So I don't really care what area you place him in. I don't care if it's next or the one after the WBC fight is possible. So either or, it don't matter. I mean, he already proves himself into the game at 135. At 140, he proves himself into the game. So, I mean, I feel like he deserves it at 147.
Welcome to another installment of Turn Up the AC Hot Takes with Reason on a solo edition. Now we talking about Devin the Dream Haney moving up officially to welterweight and facing one of the boogeymen in the welterweight division, Brian Norman Jr. Let's talk about it. Now, it's cool right now to disrespect Devin Haney. It's cool right now to hate on him. It's cool right now to throw dirt all over his name. Regardless if you like him, hate him, respect, whatever it is, you have to respect him. Dude does not duck any smoke. Resume, under 30, might be the best. The only one that contends with it is Tio. But Tio ducked Haney. And you can't say he didn't. You can't say Haney is the reason why Tio and Haney aren't fighting, because Devin Haney is fighting Brian Norman Jr. This fight on his resume is going to be bigger than anybody else under the age of 30 on their resume. The toughest fight that any of them could take. And Devin Haney's out here, once again, never ducking any smoke. Look at Devin Haney's resume. Solid. Say what you want about it. He went from the Gamboas, he went to Jojo Diaz, to Linares, to Loma, Cambosos twice. Who else did he fight? There was another one. Oh, Prograis. Then to Ryan, Jose Ramirez, and now Brian Norman Jr. Salute to you, Devin Haney. You are one of the most down, toughest. You're a warrior. You deserve all the credit. No matter what happens in November, whether you win or lose, you deserve all the credit in the world. And around here, I'll turn up the AC Hot Takes. That is exactly what you're going to get. You're going to get all the respect. You're going to get all the credit. You're going to get everything that you deserve from this channel right here, because we respect people taking all competition, taking all fights. Devin does not duck any smoke, any types of styles. He's fighting them all. From southpaw to orthodox, it don't matter. Devin Haney is fighting anybody. With all that being said, this is going to be the toughest fight of Devin Haney's career. Y'all know who been around, who watches this channel from time to time when I talk about Devin Haney. Y'all know I'm a Devin Haney supporter. I'm a Devin Haney fan. He could very, very well get knocked out. Brian Norman Jr. is nothing to play with. This fight was always going to be there at welterweight, regardless, because they're too close in age. They were going to fight at some point. So salute to Devin Haney for taking it right now. If Devin Haney wins this fight, he's back. We might see a boots fight after this if he were to beat Brian Norman Jr. And don't act like that's going to be completely out of the realm of possibility if he beats Brian Norman Jr., because Brian Norman Jr. actually is a sparring partner of Boots. And from, the research I've done, initially, when they first started sparring, Boots will put it on him. Recent sparring sessions, they've been getting some great work. So, Brian Norman Jr. believes he can beat somebody like Boots. So, no doubt in my mind that he absolutely believes that he's going to spark Devin Haney. If he does, Brian Norman Jr. overnight could become a superstar in boxing. Because everybody knows Devin Haney's name. If Brian Norman Jr. were to make some easy work of Devin Haney, overnight he's a superstar. Overnight his name skyrockets. You know what I'm saying? So I'm all for this fight, man. It's gonna take Devin Haney's best performance of his career to pull this one off. Because the biggest question in this fight is the power from Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr. Devin Haney, I think, is the more skilled and the better boxer. Devin Haney has one of the best jabs in the game of boxing. Is that going to be enough to hold off Brian Norman Jr.? Because Brian Norman Jr. is going to come at him. He's going to try to stalk him. He's going to try to break him down. He's going to try to knock Devin Haney out. We haven't seen Devin Haney at welterweight yet. So we don't know what he's going to look like. I personally think, I've always felt this with Devin Haney. When he moves up to welterweight or higher, I think he could go up to as high as 54. But as he's moving up to welterweight, I think we're going to get the strongest Devin Haney we've ever gotten. I truly think him dropping down to 35 for so long and 40 compromised his power. And I think at 47, we're going to get a Devin Haney, a healthy Devin Haney, a 100% Devin Haney. And I think we're going to get a reminder of how good Devin Haney is come November when he fights Brian Norman Jr. Now, with all that being said, he can still lose this fight. Brian Norman Jr. is nothing to play with. Brian Norman Jr. and Devin Haney, like head to head, I think Devin Haney's, like I said, a little more skilled, better boxer, better jab, in my opinion. Power wise, I'm leaning all the way on Brian Norman Jr.'s side. He's in a stock Devin Haney, and if Devin Haney's not careful, he might get caught with that left hand, that lead left from Brian Norman Jr. that he used against Sasaki, I believe his name was, in his most recent fight. He dogged Sasaki, and he got him out of there with a strong left hand, laid him out. I think it was like the 5th or 6th round. So if Devin Haney is not careful, if Devin Haney hasn't fixed the offhand, protecting his face, protecting his chin, he can get caught with some devastating shots from Brian Norman Jr. Now, to all the Devin Haney haters out there who are like, oh, his hit list is a clout list and all that, Brian Norman Jr.'s name was on that list. And just a couple of days ago, I was hearing a lot of people say Devin Haney was ducking. Devin Haney didn't want the smoke. Devin Haney didn't want the fight. And now he accepts the fight. Now he's taking the fight. What we got to say about Devin Haney now? Like I said, you could not like him. That's fine. You got to respect that man in the ring and the fights he's given us. Because he's given us quality fights every single time out. And yeah, he ran against Jose Ramirez, but if he would have let his hands go, I think he would have stopped Jose Ramirez. I don't know if he can stop Brian Norman Jr., but I think we're going to see a strong Devin Haney. And I think we're going to see an amazing fight between Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr. come November. So I just wanted to drop my thoughts on this and let y'all, know that this fight was official. Drop my thoughts and really just big up Devin Haney, because this fight is tough. It's going to be the toughest fight of his career. And I'm going to say it right now. I'm rocking with Devin Haney. I don't care how he wins. I'm rocking with Devin in this fight. It's going to be tough. It's going to be the toughest fight of his career. But I got Devin Haney beating Brian Norman Jr. Now we're going to go into the breakdown the next time I talk about this into why or how he wins. But right now, I'm just telling you, I'm going with Devin Haney. Devin Haney is still the truth. Devin Haney is a skilled fighter. Devin Haney's the best jabs, one of the best jabs in boxing. The experience is on his side. Everything is on his side except for probably the power. And he's fighting a full-fledged welterweight in Brian Norman Jr. So until next time, shout out to Brian Norman Jr. Shout out to Devin Haney. Oh, real quick, really shout out to Brian Norman Jr. because they asked him, does he think Devin Haney deserves a title shot straight moving up into welterweight? And he said for what he's done in the sport of boxing from 35 to 40, he absolutely deserves a shot straight away moving up to welterweight. So salute to Brian Norman Jr. because he really wants this fight. He really thinks he can win. Salute to Devin Haney for taking this dangerous fight, and it's probably going to be the toughest fight of his career. And this fight is up for grabs. Devin Haney is favored right now on the odds in Vegas, but smart money tells you to go and put the bet on Brian Norman Jr. So until next time, this has been Reason. Turn up the AC hot takes. Devin the Dream Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. going down in the welterweight division. Devin's official first fight at the welterweight division against a full-fledged welterweight, Brian Norman Jr. So until next time, this has been Reason. Turn up the AC hot takes. This fight's going down in November. Salute to both guys for just getting the fight done. Salute to Devin Haney. He don't got to take this fight, but he is. Salute to that brother. Salute to Brian Norman Jr. Both of y'all warriors. I'm looking forward to this fight. Until next time, this has been Reason. Turn up the AC hot takes. Do you think Devin got a shot, or do you think Brian Norman's going to spark him? Let me know what you think. Turn up the AC hot takes. We're out.